look at the touching story behind Team Taiwan's production of masks. City volunteers in the school help high school students develop their strength. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. Team Taiwan, a group to manufacture masks, was convened in a short amount of time. While it would normally take 6 months to complete 60 production lines, it was accomplished in just 25 days. Now the hard work of this team has been turned to a documentary. Let's take a look.
There were many different types of difficulties, some big and small, but we found a way to overcome all of them.
I just wanted to do something for the country and for everyone. With a little effort, we can achieve glory.
I'm really happy to do this work. The more that I do, the more I feel like I don't want to leave.
Bringing together 29 different companies and even some retired professional experts, it was almost mission impossible to complete 60 production lines in just 25 days. Team Taiwan came together at the beginning of the year and volunteered to take up a heavy load, recalling the beginning everything had to start from scratch.
When I first got here, everything was dark. There was nothing here, only the lights.
I wanted to set this up quickly. There was no compressed air system here, so we quickly moved it into his factory. I'm really touched seeing the response of everyone like we are in wartime.
From competitors to partnership, this rare opportunity to work together was filmed as a documentary to provide witness to the warmth of humanity under the weight of this epidemic.
We were able to invest 200 people in just 40 days, a total of 2,250 times, completing a total of 92 production lines. This is a mission impossible.
When we enjoy years of quiet and peace, there's actually a group of people who are silently carrying the weight of the world.
After nearly half a year, the public no longer needs to wait in long lines to buy masks. Taiwan has even initiated mask diplomacy thanks to this group of people working behind the scenes to create this miracle.
In Indonesia, the pandemic has impacted the economy as many people have lost their jobs and income. City volunteers work together with the Indonesian government to deliver daily supplies to residents. In Jakarta, they've distributed a total of 950 daily supplies.
Dampaknya benar-benar berat ya buat saya ya. Satu ya semuanya saya kekurangan ya. Semuanya juga tadinya saya bisa dagang, sekarang kan dagang udah nggak berkurang. Biasanya pagi saya udah buka, sekarang nggak bisa.
The residents have finally received rice. City volunteers are working with the government to deliver rice door to door.
Tapinya sih ya selama begini ada yang ngasih aja gitu dikit-dikit.
I'm grateful that people still care about us. We need money to pay for our children's tuition and buy food. I'm very grateful to receive the food.
Sekolah bayaran sih memang dari KJP ya namanya. Alhamdulillah dapat dari KJP.
It's Ramadan and the daily supplies have come in time so that the residents do not have to worry about their iftar meals.
Dalam hal ini, we provide help regardless of people's religious beliefs or ethnicity. We will do our best to help those facing difficulties.
Tugas-tugas kita, masyarakat bisa kita minta untuk tenang.
We hope the residents can stay calm and stay home. We will carry out the assistance work.
Rekan-rekan ini akan terus berusaha untuk berbagi kepada mereka.
Traveling through the streets, volunteers and soldiers work together to deliver 950 daily supplies.
Nah, kenapa kita tetap berada di sini? Yaitu karena memang disinilah kita melihat adanya sebuah ketidakkekalan ya. Kita di sini belajar tentang penderitaan, belajar tentang bagaimana kita menggunakan kesempatan ini untuk bisa berbagi dengan sesama.
As the epidemic continues to spread in the United States, hospitals are in need of epidemic prevention supplies. To deliver the supplies, New York City volunteer drove nearly 300 kilometers to reach Tzu Chi Boston liaison office. At 6:30 on Saturday morning, New York volunteers have loaded a car full of medical supplies, ready to drive long distances to Tzu Chi Boston liaison office.
Today we are delivering 100 blankets for the people in the communities. We also seize the opportunity to bring protective gowns and face shields. Most importantly, we're delivering blue fabric masks the master has given us.
那更重要的是，上人给我们蓝色的布口罩。
As Su Yishen drives, the traffic is very smooth because of the epidemic control measures.
Usually the road is packed with cars. This is a rare experience in my lifetime. It's very rare.
Su has reached the Tzu Chi Boston liaison office in 3 hours, delivering 50 boxes of supplies. These supplies will help protect medical personnel and patients.
Thank you. The help has come in time. We have run out of supplies in our stock.
The volunteers packed the newly arrived masks and protective gowns, ready to deliver them to hospitals on the south side.
We're going to a checkup station. Last time we contacted them, they only had 3 protective gowns left. They're lacking resources. They reuse the protective gowns and the masks.
During the epidemic time, Dr. Jack Huang is in charge of coordinating the medical needs of different hospitals. On this day, they're delivering supplies to Mena Community Health Center. The center does checkups 6 days a week, using more than 100 protective gums a day.
On a daily basis, we're testing about 20 to 30 people a day here in our clinic through our drive-through. With each of those patients, we're going to need to change the PPE, and that's why it's so valuable to have enough on hand so that we can offer the service.
After that, volunteers head to the senior center in Lawrence City, which is 65 kilometers away. The senior center is in charge of coordinating supply needs of hospitals and 3 quarantine centers. Tzu Chi has donated masks, protective gowns, and face shields, which they will distribute to the needy.
You know, having these resources and having the ability to reach out to partners like you, we're able to work together to be able to spread the word, spread the resources and the supplies that we can and share amongst everyone.
So 12 bags for each team.
Besides distributing medical supplies, city volunteers also recruit volunteers for the community. City of Chelsea is considered more impoverished with more confirmed patients. City volunteers need to deliver masks to quarantine individuals and seniors and send daily supplies to low-income families.
We place the supplies in front of the house number 92. Look, we have given them what they need. I have time on the weekends, and I should spend the time helping people get through the difficult time.
周末的时候我还有空，我应该是 把我的时间挪出来，就是跟大家是一起共度过这个难关。
During the epidemic time, city volunteers overcome all the difficulties to deliver help and warmth to people in need. In the United States, Camp Fire, which took place in 2018, has destroyed houses in Kankau. Many affected residents are still staying in trailer homes. Since the COVID-19 outbreak, their situations have worsened. Therefore, city volunteers deliver cash cards to help the affected residents.
Some of the people that they tell me, you know, I miss my hug, you know, and it's like, okay, well, sooner this will pass and you'll get your hug.
The 2 trailer houses are Terry's home and also the community kitchen.
We're still doing everything we did, the shopping trips, you know, delivering food, whatever needs to be done. We just ask our people if they want us to do it or if they want us to leave it on the porch. Or I couldn't stop. They don't want me to stop cooking, so.
Besides delivering meals, Terry has also placed food in a refrigerator in a tent in the courtyard for that disadvantaged families to take freely.
Thank you, sir. You guys are awesome.
City volunteers have come to deliver epidemic prevention supplies. In fact, Terry was also affected by Camp Fire in 2018, but she puts other people's needs in front of her.
You know, so I mean, it's perfect timing because she'll be by to pick up some of the other stuff that she needs to be able to take care of him.
Kankau in California is still recovering from the forest fire disaster, and COVID-19 pandemic has worsened the situation.
To be quite honest, I've been living in crisis since the fire in November of 2018, and my life had a huge drastic change then.
Tzu Chi is distributing cash cards to improve the lives of 45 families.
We received a $100 check, and it's going to really help us out a lot. I really appreciate it. It's going to pay some bills for us.
Oh my goodness, Tzu Chi has been so blessing us this whole time. And we received a debit card today, which is going to be fantastic for propane. My son just got me a shower, and now I can take hot baths, hot showers.
Tzu Chi volunteers have once again reached out to the needy during the epidemic time. There's a Smiling Starlight class at the Shenken Junior High School in New Taipei City that was founded by the school and Tzu Chi. Many people have come together to help pave the path for the children. After the school is over, they all want to attend this class. They're diligent, they don't hesitate if they want to come or not.
We try to change the children's eating habits. I always teach them how to cook vegetarian meals, and I've been teaching for 3 years. We teach Chinese-style vegetarian dishes. We do it together. At first, both of them did not know how. Then they went to a cooking contest for junior high school students and won a second place. They also received a scholarship of $350 US.
The educational value is that I created a stage for the children to show themselves. They may realize that they are not good at studying, but they can continue exploring and discover something they are good at. And through this kind of process, we provide a channel for the children to find their goals.
For the kids, we want the whole village to become better. We often mobilize the strength of the whole community, so it touches everyone, those with money will donate money, and those with skills will offer their skills. Nobody can complete everything alone, so we often invite others to join us for this. And when you're giving of yourselves to complete it, you'll love it more and support this.
你这边要在那个啊？哦，太好了，太好了。跟去年一样，那你看到几号？3份要不要？可以啊，没问题。加码。光复楼呢最好，他就来这里，就不跑。对。
我想一个学生学业重要吧。是。
I feel studies are important, right? But they are willing to try hard on their lessons. They work twice as hard as other students, so I feel this is respectful.
这是我觉得很可惜。
老板，我来了，你忙完我要找你。2个孩子都读深坑国中。
有人可以拿吗？
有人可以拿，不要太多皮拿。你听你这么讲，我很害怕。香啊！我也想。为什么呢？地球因为你而看到蓝天白云、青山。喜欢的超棒的老师。对我来讲，实际就是生活，它不是教条。
To me, Tzu Chi is about life. It's not a dogma or doctrine that puts a restraint on you. So I love to make people see the beauty of Tzu Chi. When I volunteer, I can see more signs of a human life. For about a year, I felt it was difficult to write a script, and I felt I had to focus on it completely. However, I ended up writing it poorly. Recently, I've been very busy, but I've noticed that I can write a script more easily.
写作起来反而还比较顺当。快乐一整年哦耶！
Tzu Chi volunteers hosted a Buddha Day ceremony at Nantou Detention Center. The ceremony was held outdoors, and the attendees maintained social distancing. A month before the ceremony, Tzu Chi volunteers invited the detention center staff to eat vegetarian food. Many staff members remarked that they would like to continue embracing vegetarianism. Volunteers measure the ground to maintain social distancing as they host a Buddha Day ceremony at Nantou Detention Center.
We can face the Buddha and face ourselves. As people become anxious during the epidemic, we can seize this opportunity to calm our minds.
The staff of Nantou Detention Center accepts the volunteers' invitation to eat vegetarian food. They use reusable utensils and have realized the health benefits of a vegetarian diet.
I hope that I can persist in adopting a vegetarian diet.
In the future, when given the chance, we will eat vegetarian food. I might even change my eating habits and adopt the vegetarian diet.
The detention center staff practices their compassion as they eat vegetarian food, and everyone prays for all living beings. In Taiwan, a man tore his Achilles tendon in an accidental fall. He underwent 2 surgeries which failed and faced the risk of amputation. Then he sought medical attention at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, where the doctor conducted an Achilles tendon transplant surgery for him. Picking up a basket full of paper, Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Zehua feels especially meaningful when he takes every step. 8 years ago, he was fortunate to save his leg when he faced right leg amputation. He is very grateful that he can walk now.
It is God's blessings that I can walk today. My surgeries at other hospitals have failed. Only the surgery at Tzu Chi Hospital was successful. I really cherish the fact that I can walk today.
In 2012, Chen Zehua fell accidentally when he was gardening and broke his Achilles tendon. He underwent 2 surgeries at other hospitals, but the situation did not improve. When the doctor suggested that he amputate his leg, he transferred to Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital and received treatment from Dr. York Tzu Chi, who has expertise in treating ankles.
After the other hospital implanted skin and muscle, his foot function was poor because there was no Achilles tendon. He would fall when he walked. There are a lot of kind-hearted organ donors at Tzu Chi Hospital. We saved the Achilles tendon and transplanted it into Chen's foot. This way his foot can regain its function.
Wang Zhenqi applied difficult and complex Achilles tendon transplant surgery to rebuild the function of Chen's right foot. In the end, Chen did not have to amputate his leg, and he successfully regained his mobility. At Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, there's a professional medical team and also hospital volunteers who treat patients like their family. So Chen felt relieved of his pain. After he recovered, he joined Tzu Chi's volunteer training and became a certified volunteer, giving of himself.
I appreciate the medical team, including Dr. Wang. I'm more grateful to the master for creating Tzu Chi and helping me find a sense of belonging.
路上找到了心灵。
感恩台北慈医院王真奇医师大医网为我做出的手术能够顺利成功，让我能走路正常人一样。
Before the hospital anniversary, Chen and his wife returned to the hospital to deliver a handmade thank you card. They're grateful that Tzu Chi Hospital's doctors helped them start a new chapter of their lives. Today, we take you to examine the early days of mental institutions in Taiwan. One of them is Longfa Tang Temple, which used spiritual practice as a way to treat those with disabilities. Unfortunately, poor sanitation conditions led its main building to close. Many patients transferred to government-run facilities.
Xiao Yuan, who lives in Longfa Tang Temple, was very happy when she saw her mother visiting.
Yes, I miss my mother. I hope she's healthy and happy.
When Xiaoyuan was 19 years old, she suffered from schizophrenia.
When I came to Longfatang Temple to visit her, she was just skin and bones. It was very painful to see her, the most painful thing in my life. But after 4 years of being here, she has stabilized, and I'm very grateful for this.
Longfatang Temple specializes in psychiatric treatment and houses many mental patients. For the past half-century, it has not had any medical staff nor licensed nurses.
Longfatang Temple never treats them as a patient. We treat him as a family member.
From thatched cottages to 6-story buildings, the number of people with mental disabilities at Longfatang Temple reached as high as 800 people. Each stayed because of the spiritual practice of this temple.
A lot of time, there was a lack of modern psychiatric medicine, so Longfatang Temple was born out of this need.
I'm at the Longfatang Temple residential building. Through our camera, you can see that the gate on this side is sealed because the Kaohsiung City government epidemic prevention after the outbreak of amoebic dysentery at Longfatang Temple stipulated that 503 members of the temple at that time were not allowed to stay at Longfatang Temple. Like Xiaoyuan, there are more than 30 mentally ill patients who insist on going back to Longfatang Temple.
I want to come back here. Why? Because this is my home.
Some people with mental illness are still attached to Longfatang Temple, but one patient who lived here for 5 years, Ahao, doesn't want to return.
I wouldn't want to go back because the experience for me wasn't that good. It was like putting a patient there and just waiting for them to die.
We also found a lot of people who were chained to each other and their movement was restricted. Obviously, there were some human rights cases and privacy issues that were not well managed with care.
In February 2018, all 503 people with disabilities in Longfatang Temple were evacuated by the Kaohsiung City Health Bureau, 24 of whom were taken home by their parents. 17 others died within 2 years of leaving Longfatang Temple. In addition, 36 people returned to Longfatang Temple to live with the remaining 193 people living in mental care institutions for a long time, and 231 people scattered in psychiatric hospitals in various counties and cities. The patients write down their worries on a piece of white paper. Putting aside their negative emotions and welcoming positive energy, this professional treatment, along with the support groups, allow patients to enjoy sunshine that many have not seen in a long time. The Q League soccer dream team has won the championship of domestic disabled people for 6 consecutive years. They are composed of 50 disabled people, with more than 80% of them having mental disorders like schizophrenia.
They are really actually less motivated to contact the outside world or participate in sports. So we use soccer to encourage everyone to join a group.
Playing soccer is a way to relax from the noise in my head, and it helps me focus my attention.
Only by using our heart to care for these mentally challenged individuals can we provide them with professional treatment in hospitals, along with support groups, so they never lose the human instincts for love and compassion.
Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters has asked Tzu Chi Foundation to help provide epidemic prevention supplies. So my masters at Jingsi Boat are making more than 40 tons of instant rice to be delivered to the United States. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.